Please. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry about the late start. We get started now. Great to have you here. And thanks KPMG also for a great location. But my name's David Turner. I know a lot in the room anyway, and on webinar. I'm the Managing Director here at RiskNZ. So welcome to the May Lunchtime Seminar. Our Lunchtime Seminars will run most months, and they remain one of RiskNZ's most popular events, which is great, and it's growing as well. I would like to thank and acknowledge the support of our RiskNZ partners to make it possible, starting with Marsh and F24. Our key Lunchtime Seminar sponsors are Safety Associates and SAR Global. Our Lunchtime Seminar supporters are KPMG, Navigatus, Christchurch City Council, and Watercare. Today's RiskNZ Lunchtime Seminar is being delivered across 3 venues, being Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch, but is also connecting many more participants through webinar. I ask that all venues, please, and participants keep their microphones on mute, but please feel free to type questions straight into the webinar platform anytime during the session. So the exciting bit, on to today's topic. It's don't risk your decisions, stay informed with accurate visual information. It's my great pleasure to introduce you all to Dr. Fahima Zahari. Dr. Fahima Zahari is a creative lead and people inspirer using data to drive successful business decision making. For more than 15 years, she has been leading teams in improving business performance and productivity by developing a data-driven culture and the use of analytical solutions to reduce risk and build success. Having moved to New Zealand from the other side of the world, she is culturally focused on personal journeys of transformation, adoption, and growth within organisations. She is uniquely committed to connecting people with processes and data to utilise the full potential of data. Her exceptional motivational skills focus on lean philosophy, understanding that when people integrate with data on a human level, organisations can thrive. So please welcome Dr. Fahima Zahari. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you and welcome to this launch seminar. I appreciate the opportunity to having this time with you and sharing my experiences with the data and technology. I am the founder and the owner of Data Informed Decisions. That's a consulting business that I've been running it for 2.5 years ago. I started 2.5 years ago in New Zealand. And thankfully, David, I got through the majority of the information in the introduction. I don't need to repeat them, but a little bit more about me and my hobby here, which is very connected to my career. My personal journey, which was both physical and spiritual, started 11 years ago when I decided to leave my loved ones in Iran and moving to different places and landing to New Zealand for experiencing peace and experiencing different culture in different language. In this image you see me, I'm enjoying my hobby, pottery painting, bringing detailed visualization on the pots and sharing with people to enjoy watching something with different patterns rather than the raw pots. Have got a lot to describe my attitude and my aspiration with data visualization. For today, we are going to talk about data because these days we are all relying on the use of the information for our decisions making. But we know that we are investing hugely to collect the data and information using the infrastructure solutions. And everyone these days has got access to huge numbers of data, even in their mobile devices, in your computer, in your banking apps, etc., etc. The organizations are in the same boat. They have got access to huge numbers of information. But how much those information is helping us to move forward with better actions, with better decisions, that's the question. How we are presenting information to our people, how we are considering our people as part of our culture and growing their knowledge around data is the question around the data digitization transformation. So all of our topic today is going to be about data, but our premise is not going to be the technical one. It's going to be the cultural. It's around the humanitization of the technology as we are moving towards the Industry 5. So when we are considering the use of the data for our decisions making, we have to stay aware of the risk around the information, how our data become unreliable and putting us and our decisions at risk. There are 5 top key elements that is going to impact our data and information. The top first one for me is lack of data literacy. Then carrying on with the knowledge around the system and the unknown questions, that awareness around the unknown are very poor in our culture, and how much we are supporting our people to raise the question rather than operating by guess. Another point is about the data strategy and gaps in data, how much we are quite mature with our data plan and the information that we are collecting. Because the first one has got a lot of impact around the reliability of the information. So mainly I'm going to focus on the data literacy in this presentation. A little bit, I will give you the example of the second and third factors as well. So the data literacy is the ability to read and write and work with data, bringing the utilization of data as part of our culture. Okay, so if these days you attend a technical software training, they start with data literacy. They are trying to focus on the human side of the technology rather than previously just like a Microsoft Excel or any source of the Microsoft tools. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if we would go to the training sessions, they would start just with this is the screen, this is the tab, click here, click there, rather than considering human as the end user of the technology solutions and how much we need to tell them why they are using these tech solutions rather than how to use it. Okay, these days our focus to eliminate any risk around the data digitization is about considering human, considering people as part of our culture. So for driving of the data culture, data-centric culture, we need to stay aware who are the end users of our data and information. We need to include our people as part of the culture. And we need to acknowledge that people, the same as any sort of the transformation and change experiences, they're gonna resist because of the background experiences that they have got with the data and information. Some people quickly they may say that we don't need data because at the background of their experiences they had micromanagement, everything been measured against them, so that's why they don't like anymore to hear about the data and measurement and reports. So we have to acknowledge this is the human that we are dealing with. We need to develop the trust. We need to aware them or giving them that knowledge and proof that why we are bringing the data-centric in our organization. I like this statement of Edward Deming. Edward Deming is the pioneer for Lean Six Sigma world, and his statement around data, the use of the data, either you're gonna use it or you're gonna stay as a person just with opinion. So how much that is gonna block our road to drive our data driven cultural transformation forward. So this is really important point to consider if we are sticking on our opinion or the data that we trained at the background of our experiences, I mean the gut instincts, okay? Many of people, they say that I have got enough experiences and my experiences, they're gonna tell me the truth. I know that what I need to do, but we learned a lot from the COVID-19, okay? The present is very different from the past, and our gut instincts is not that much capable to tell us and give us the key to resolve the present or future issues. We need accessible, reliable information in the right level of quality, in the right shape and format to enable our organizations, our people, even in the individual life, to help us understanding where we are, how we want to move, and where we want to get, making the measurable progress around the continuous improvement. As I said, when we are bringing transformation and changes, I like to walk, but I can't walk in front of your screen. So I'm trying to keep myself here. So when we are talking about the why, okay, I said that we have to bring why first rather than how. When we are talking about the data and we want to tell people or sell the value of data to our people, the first thing is good to tell them the impact of the communication on the performance and productivity. We know that our performances and productivity has been dropped hugely due to poor communication. Okay, so one of the reason we want to use data is because we want to drive evidence-based communication culture. So from there, we are going to be able to overcome lots of challenges around the communication. But data needs to be in a good quality, data needs to be used correctly, and data needs to be interpreted correctly. Okay, so interpretation doesn't come by the system, doesn't come by the technology, it's come from the people. And we need to educate our people to be able to interpret and utilize the data. This is what I can see data and the meaning of the data in my world. It's all about driving a car safely. Okay, that's got different meaning around that. What is the car? Is it the car that I am driving for my commute every day? Is it the organization? So in the organization, imagine that different data silos we have got for the historical data, we have got for the real-time data. Those silo of the information are playing a role of different mirrors in the car. But car to me has got another meaning as well. When we are talking about the data-driven culture, it means that we are enabling our organization to use data and information for managing of the communication, reliable action, and proactive management of relationship. So CAR has got different meaning here. Communication, action, and relationship are the things that hugely we can improve them if we use data and data products correctly. That's the latest research around how organizations and companies are using data and information for their decisions making and what are the roadblocks for them. The top cited reason here is necessary information are not available, which everyone I think these days familiar that unfortunately we are collecting huge numbers of data and information, but how much they are valid and necessary for every unit in our organization, that's a question. Another reason, I think the third reason is the one that I mentioned. Okay, people, they want to stick and relying on their instincts, saying that my experiences and my gut feeling are more than enough. I don't want to hear anything else. I've been facing those sort of challenges many times in my experiences. Sometimes people telling me that no, it's not the data-driven or insight-driven culture. Data, we don't want data to dictate us. So how imagine that they have got the background of poor experiences with the measurement that they think, okay, we are bringing data and results to have a dictatorship culture. It's not like that, okay? So that's why we need to develop trust. This is where development of the trust with our users is very important. If you look at the 32% of the results here, is talking about the information not presented in a way that is useful. This is where poor visualizations have been impacting the decision on the uptake of the data-driven culture or data-driven decisions. So that's why this is one of the things that I usually refer as a reporting products are very important for us to take into account that how visually we are presenting the information to engage people, making it actionable and informative for our people. We are all aware of the dangers of not using the data these days. Okay, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it was really difficult to bringing organization on board and talking about the value of data. These days, they hugely invested on the infrastructure. They are collecting more than enough data sometimes, but how they are using it is another thing. So now we are not challenged with the collection of the data. Our key challenge is utilization, putting the data in use. That's the main challenge for us. This example, hot news, I think was around November, when the news around the PHE, Public Health England, came with the loss of the records for the COVID-19 results. So as usual, at every occasion or incidents, we start blaming on the technology. Their system had a problem. Microsoft Excel is poor to collect the information. We should not use Microsoft Excel. We should not use this. We should not use that. But why not? Considering that how much we educated our people to use the data, to use the system correctly. How we told them when we were training them, how much we told them that why they are using these systems and these information. How much we educate them and aware them or develop that awareness for them around the risk of these sorts of information. These are all sitting under the why rather than how. I've been experiencing with organizations that they invested a lot on the training, and was quite interesting when I was getting on board to observe their technology utilization or data utilization. I couldn't see anything quite impressive. The technology is a really impressive solutions that they brought it on board. They paid for that. They made it quite customized for themselves. But when it comes how their people are using it was sort of a shock, surprise, big surprise. The reason was their people, they didn't know why they are using it. Okay, they have been just told that go to this menu, go to this page, go to next page, without understanding how the interfaces are talked together, without understanding how they are connected with the process while they are using the system, or how they are connected with the data that they are entering into the system. So these are, again, cultural challenges and the mindset issue that we have got. We need to help our organization to become data literate. Data literacy is not something to just help the organization. It's going to help every single individual in our organization to be able to connect with the data, talking with data, using the data and communicating with data. Addressing the facts in the communication is very important, but some people, they just export the reports from the system and they are expecting that the system talks to their people or the exported report talks to people. That is one of the things I mentioned, that visualization is very important. What we are bringing in terms of the report, the definitions is very different from the reports that we are using these days in the organizations. When they started, organizations started investing on the technology solutions. So definitely technology has got that functionality of exporting the reports, but does that mean the final reports that we are looking to engage our people with? I will show you in the future a slide that what's the difference between the raw looking of the report and the reporting tools. The reporting tools or reporting products to me has got a different meaning, and I call them as a decision-making software tools. Means informative and actionable reports or products rather than the report that you are exporting it straight from the SAP or Oracle system, for example. So we talk about challenges, and I'm sure you're going to be happy to know what is going to be the solutions to overcome these sorts of challenges. Starting with the lean culture, very simple and easy, okay? Not simple and easy to drive it, but it's really enjoyable journey because you are going to connect with your people. Lean is the continuous improvement culture and has got a root into your manufacturing. So why I'm recommending lean, as I say that I would rather to talk about the why rather than how to implement lean. So it's better communication, enhance the transparency, bringing collaboration, engaging your people and your customers, bringing insights and focusing on the processes. These are the main reasons that we need lean in our culture. When we are talking about the insights-driven culture, when we are talking about the digitization culture, we first need to have the right culture in place. When you look up for lean and how to implement lean culture, you you can find numbers of tools, principles, and concepts. But what I experienced are very practical for the data digitization transformation is the five principles as a value stream, flow, perfection, and pull. What does it mean when it comes to the data world? It means that first of all, consider your people as the end users of the data, not the customers. First, your people in the workplace, okay? The workforce people are the first end users of your data and your information. Define the value based on their requirements. If you look at the data fields that you are collecting in your systems and technologies, sometimes it's just like, okay, what does it mean to me that I am working in the transport planning side of the organization? The meaning or keywords or the language is absolutely different from their words. This means that when they've been designing those tools, that they haven't seen the requirements of their end users properly. That's why they can't connect their people with the system. When it comes to the flow, it means that we have to consider that we are designing the pipeline of the information in the right way. We are making the data and information accessible to the right people. Sometimes we lose that control over the governance, and unfortunately the data become exposed to somewhere in our organization that they don't have anything to do with that. I know data is for everyone in the business, it's not just for one side of the business. This is another mistake that some organizations They think data is just for the ICT. Keep it isolated. Don't encourage other people to touch the data or look at the data. Data is for everyone in the business, considering all of your people as the users of the data, as the key players with data. There was an interesting webinar a while ago I attended. I can't remember the name of the presenter, but he is the associate prof in Utah Valley University. His advice was he's psychologist and he brought scientific reasons that we can educate our business people about the data easier than educating our technical people about the business. Okay, so it means that our people has got that capacity. We need to find a way to just untap that capacity and unlock that power, empowering our people to become data literate. Around the pull and perfection, perfection is one of the most challenging value stream from Lean. And when it's come to the implementation of Lean, majority of organizations, they struggle with the perfection. Some people, they think that, okay, one night, two nights, how many times I need to spend to get to the perfection? With the current changes, I don't think that we have got any, perfection moment, but we needed to have a plan, just keep going forward to continuously adopting the improvement into our organization. That's, again, it's all gradual improvement that is coming by the Lean implementation. Pull is very interesting value from Lean, one of the principles that used in different industries in different ways. In construction, based on my experiences, for example, Pull has got lots of values for the pool planning. Have you ever heard about the pool planning? Pool planning, how about the pool planning in hospitality industry, in kitchen design? Have you heard about that? Okay. If you look at the restaurants, maybe over 15 years or 20 years, they started changing their design. They may not even understand that why this design comes on board. Okay. If you look at the kitchen become open, transparent to the customers, and customers, they can watch what's happening at the backstage, how they are, managing the orders, etc., etc. And if you look at the top of the kitchen, they have got something like a curtain cord at the top, and they stick the orders there. So the staff in the kitchen, they start pulling one by one and putting the ingredient towards the final products. So pool planning concept is saying that first look at what your customers require, then put your things together. If it is manufacturing, or if it is in the kitchen, mixing the ingredients towards that specific order rather than pushing your production system towards something that 2 days later or a week later doesn't have that much demand in the market for that. As I said, there are numbers of concepts and tools for the Lean implementation that we can use them. So my favorite options are 7 Ways, 5S, and visual management. For the 7 Ways, I attached the link for one of my posts in LinkedIn. So we are going to share the slides with you, and you can click on the 7 Ways to get more information for the 7 Ways. And for the visual management, I'm going to send you 2 additional slides for the visual management. But today, I wanted to focus on the 5S because I brought a game, and that game is around the data management. And we can make it more tangible for people to see that, okay, what does it mean when we are talking about Lean implementation in our data-driven cultural shift. What is the 5S stand for? It is for sort, It's for the Japanese name. I'm quite bad at pronouncing their words, so that's why I put the equal English words for them. Sort, straighten, shine, standardize, and sustain. Why we need to use 5S? To improve our data quality, filling the gaps, and achieving the meaningful data products, which are the visualized products, as I said, reporting products based on the definition that I share with you, not the reporting that we are exporting from the system. So before going to the 5S game, here is the example of the report versus the report products. Okay. So when we are looking at the table like this, who is interested to read it? Okay. So it's been a challenge. It was quite interesting. My latest engagement with public sector, they had almost 100 audiences across the national level, and they were struggling to get them engaged with reading the reports and taking the action, engaging with them to improve their performances. And when I was looking at, okay, what does it mean it reports to you? So they were sending this sort of the report out, and their expectation, okay, Microsoft Excel has got a pivoting, has got filtering options, so why they are not going to filter it and have a look at the report to discover that where the problems coming from and what they need to do. But turning those reports to the reporting products, real reporting products. So this is the visualized dashboard. Apart from the technical values that has got, the streamlined process behind that, making it quite automated and running the report instead of 5 working days in half a day. So keeping the consistency in measurement, it makes it quite readable for people. It's going to help them to engage, see the problems. The traffic light is something really, really amazing that when you see, okay, you are sending the red traffic light to one group and that work stream starts giving you call. What's going on? What's wrong with my information? And sometimes you see that their performance doesn't have any problem. They are correcting wrong information on it, so this way we can engage them and addressing the problems, and at the same time educating them about the value of the data and improving our performances and accessing reliable information. So let's go to the 5S game. 5S game has got 4 different versions of the data presentation, and hopefully the people that they are online, they're going to be able to see. But briefly, I will give you the, thank you. How we're gonna, yeah, that's the page 1, starting with the page 1. I will give you 30 seconds when everyone is ready. And what we are going to do, I want you within 30 seconds, cross numbers 1 to 49 in order. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, just all of them in order, not jumping around. Okay. Everyone is ready? Okay. Let's go. Stop. 30 seconds. How many you got? 8. How about you? 7. 9. 6. Interesting.
I think I did 9 before 6.
But that's a good one. How many you got? Okay. We go to the next version and see what's going to happen here. Don't get started. Everyone know? Okay. Ready? Start. Again, 1 to 49 in the row. Twenty-four, 25. Stop. How many did you start? 18. 18. Perfect. So you see the improvement? How many you got this start? Okay. How about you? How many? 15.
12.
Okay. How about you? So just get the sort of the logic how we drop the extra information. We are talking about 1 to 49. So we deleted. Talking to her so they can hear. Okay, sorry. We got rid of the extra information because we just need the information from 1 to 49. And we changed the sort of the visualization. Okay, so that's why usually we expect improvement is we saw from 8 to 18 for you. Yeah, or some other remain the same, that's fine. So let's go to the next one and see another version of the data presentation, how it's gonna help us to cross more numbers. Everyone is ready? Start. Stop. Okay. What's going on now? 18. No improvement this time? Okay. So how about you? Okay. How about you? 6 to 12. Okay. How about you? I don't know from 8 to 7. But we've got another version. So one of the reasons could be some people are quite their vision is colored vision, and we love the color in this version. Okay, so these are the things that usually we say that how much color is gonna have. But we weren't expect that much improvement because we are bringing the cross lines in between. It might be distracting for some people, and we are taking the color off from this version. So let's go with the last version. Everyone has got the last one? Ready? Let's start.
That's right.
Stop. So how that went is done. How many you got? All of us. Well done. How about you? All of us? Perfect. So can you give a feeling around 5 A's when we are standardizing the information, when we are presenting the right level of the information, making it accessible in the right quality? The fonts are more similar here, or not quite different sizes, so it's not going to be too much disturbing the vision when you are looking and searching the information. So hope you enjoyed this game. Let's go to the last couple of slides we have got here. Sorry, Emily. I'm using her computer. So. From here, it's few things to stay connected. These are the QR codes for our website and our LinkedIn. Feel free to send any question, and I'm available for the rest of the session. Any question you have got for the presentation today, I'm happy to take it. Thank you so much.
All right. Now's the time for questions. So if you have any questions, can you please type it straight into the Q&A platform, and we will do the Wellington questions last. So if you'd like, just wait a moment.
We can think about your question. Oops, I can bring it up too. Thank you. That was really helpful. Thank you.
Any questions from?
There's one from Shelley.
Oh, okay. It's not showing here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the chat.
Ah,
It's in the chat.
Okay.
Good approach.
Okay. Oh, here we go. So if you could put it into the Q&A platform, that would be fantastic. Here we go. Now you read out the question and answer it. So you're going to read out the question so everybody
The
can hear.
question is, how would you use data to influence internal audit? when we have the right reporting tools, reporting products, so it's not only benefiting our internal auditing, it's going to make our entire organization ready for any sort of the auditing. I have been experiencing with the OIA management of the responses when it comes to the financial and progress reports. So depending on the strategy of measurement and reporting, we can definitely benefit, bringing a lot of benefit for auditing. One example I can give you, the latest example was the CRM. They had auditing in their organizations, and there was lots of gaps in the information, and they were blaming that CRM is not the right tool, okay? But the user didn't know how to use. So the data gaps, the strategy, the plan, all of them need to be connected, and the reporting products need to be designed wisely, then we can influence internal auditing. In one of my Alliance program, I remember that I had a really good comment from external auditor they had. He came on board for 1 week auditing, and because I had all of those reporting visualization in place, it was really amazing to finish the auditing in 1.5 days. And was really incredible because whatever he was looking for, he could see and find inside of the dashboards and all of those monthly reports and packages that we had. So this is the influence that we can bring not only for internal auditing, even for external auditing. Do we have any more here? Still one in the chat. Is it that will be the same one?
No more at the moment. Any other questions over webinar? No. Right. Questions in Wellington?
What is your favourite tool that you use to do your
If you'd like to repeat the question in some form here, so people over here can hear as well.
Okay. The question now is around the preferred visualization tools. We have got numbers of the business intelligence tools. Microsoft Power BI and Tableau are the most powerful ones, but still I don't reinforce some organization that they are not ready to use these tools. Still, we have a chance to use the Power Query, which is amazing functionality within the Microsoft Excel. Sorry, some people, they talk that Microsoft Excel and blaming a lot, talk negative things about the Microsoft Excel. But to be honest, I had really successful experiences with Microsoft Excel. It's all about how we are getting it to use. Power queries are very powerful functionalities within the Microsoft Excel that we can design the cube of the information connected together and attached to our visualization. And also is going to protect our data silos from the end users. So it's not going to be open like a normal Excel spreadsheet and having a risk of the manipulation or any encryption around that. There are numbers of the plugins for the Microsoft Excel these days that we can run the simulation on the Microsoft Excel as well. Any other question?
Not here. Any questions in Wellington?
Thank you very much, Rama. This is really interesting. I learned a lot about data, which I didn't know before. So
Thank you.
great stuff. Yes, so just taking this opportunity to say thank you very much. I learned a lot today. And thank you everyone for making the time to join us today as well. Just a couple of things to say at the end. RiskNZ Lunchtime seminars wouldn't be possible without you coming along and all the support that you give. The webinar has been recorded and will be sent to you in the next couple of days. So it'll be on the website as well, so you can have a good look. Please check our mailers, which are every week now, for more upcoming events. And if you aren't a member, please consider it, and please log on to risknewzealand.org.new Zealand and have a chat with us. We can always talk about membership and make it easy for you to join. We'd like to cater to all our members and potential members. If there are any topics or speakers you have in mind, anything you'd like to do, or you'd like to do something yourself, please let us know, get in touch, and we can have a chat about that. But thanks again for everyone coming, and really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, everyone.